Hi everyone, it's Andy. For this week's video, I'm going to be walking through the main ideas from our readings and talking a little bit about the behavior change session and hit the big questions about the health benefits of exercise and the whole active and overweight versus inactive and normal weight debate. So let's jump in. One of the biggest themes that stood out to me is just how massive the problem of physical inactivity really is. The Lancet article literally calls it a pandemic, and honestly, that word fits. They point out that about 31% of the world's population isn't meeting minimum physical activity recommendations, and inactivity is now the fourth leading cause of death worldwide. That's wild when you really think about it. Another theme is that fitness matters a lot. The Aerobics Center Longitudinal uh, Longitudinal Study really drives us home. They followed over 14,000 men and women and found that people who maintained or improved their fitness had significantly lower risks of dying from any cause or from cardiovascular disease. And this held very true even when their weight changed. So the message is pretty clear. Fitness is a powerful predictor of long term health. And then the third theme is that behavior change isn't just about individuals making better choices. The Lancet articles talks a lot about systems, things like transportation, city design, workplace culture, and policy. Basically, if the environment makes it hard to be active, people won't be active. So the solution has to be bigger than just telling people to exercise more. My perception of this week's behavior change session. This week's behavior change session really connected with that idea. We practiced strategies like motivational interviewing, goal setting, and helping someone identifying their own barriers. And those two tools are great. They're practical, they're personal, and they help people feel supported instead of judged. But when you put that session next to the readings, it becomes obvious that individual strategies only work well when the environment supports them. If someone lives in the neighborhood without sidewalks, or they work two jobs, or they don't feel safe being active outside, then even the best motivational interviewing won't magically fix that. So the session helped me see how the individual and the environment have to work together. Most important health benefits of exercise. When it comes to the health benefits of exercise, the list is long, but a few things really stand out. First, exercise is one of the most effective ways to reduce the risk of early death. In the ACLS study, every 1 MET increase in fitness, MET, which is basically a small improvement in cardiovascular fitness, was linked to a 15% lower risk of all cause of mortality and a 19% lower risk of cardiovascular mortality. That's a huge return on investments for something as simple as moving more. Second, exercise helps prevent chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and hypertension. And beyond that, improves mental health, mobility, and overall quality of life. And then there's the community level benefits, things like cleaner air, more social connection, and lower healthcare costs, especially when physical activity is built into transportation and city planning. Active and overweight versus inactive and normal weight. Now for the big question. Is it better to be active and overweight or inactive and a normal weight? The evidence is very clear. It is better to be active and overweight. The ACLS study found that men who lost fitness had higher mortality risks regardless of what happened to their BMI. On the flip side, men who maintained or improved their fitness had lower mortality risk even if they gained weight. The authors put it pretty simply. Men who lost fitness had overall higher cause and effect, or all cause and CVD mortality risks, regardless of BMI change. So, fitness is the stronger predictor here. Weight matters, but it doesn't matter as much as whether someone is active and maintaining cardiovascular fitness. The most effective evidence-based approach to encourage active lifestyles. Based on the readings, the most effective approach is a systems approach, meaning we need both individual strategies and environmental support. On the environmental side, that means things like walkable neighborhoods, bike lanes, safe parks, and policies that encourage active transportation. When the environment makes movement easy, people naturally move more. On the individual side, things like goal setting, self monitoring, and motivational interviewing help people build habits and stay consistent. The Lancet article really emphasizes the intersectoral collaboration, which is health, transportation, education, urban planning is essential. No single sector can fix inactivity alone. In closing, so overall, this week really highlighted how big the physical inactivity problem is, but also how much potential we have to improve health through fitness, supportive environments, and effective behavior change strategies. The ACLS study especially reinforces that improving fitness is one of the most powerful things we can help people to do. Thanks for listening to Week 4 Summary and looking forward to hearing everyone else's thoughts. Have a great day.